This is our Forex blog video for April 22nd, 2016, and it was an absolutely outstanding week. I'm going to go through our stats first and show you some pictures of the charts. Keep in mind the stats as I've done them for a year and a half. Each day I fix some of the patterns that statistically don't meet my standards, aren't over 50% winning, or don't have huge wins and tiny losses. And so I typically will fix anywhere from 2 to 6 of those per day. Then I'll add 5 or 6 new trades. So at the end of the day, I keep the stats. But if you compare the results and how the system's evolved over time, you will see it's dramatically increased in terms of number of trades, winning percentage, size of wins compared to losses. So here's Friday, and the stats can be seen on the bottom. It averaged 18.35 pips per trade total. There's 38 trades, 697 pips. You can see a very tiny number of losses, 6.8 pips average loss, where the win was 28 pips. So it had almost 5 times bigger win to loss and well over 60-65% winning. Here's Thursday, not quite as high a winning percentage. 43 trades total, 691 pips, 6.7 pips average loss. The average win is huge because there were a couple 75 plus pip trades in here. The previous day, 36 trades, 402 pips. Average loss 6.5. And my goal is to, keep developing the system. And it's basically a collection of different trading patterns, and have it be 55 to 70% winning, and try to have it be 2.5 to 3 times bigger wins and loss. That's my ultimate goal. But you can see the wins on this day were averaged to be 21 pips. The average loss only 6, so 3 times bigger win than loss. Here's Tuesday. A lot of trades, 56 trades, 371 pips. Quite a bit more losers. But again, notice the average loss is only 6.5 pips. There wasn't any trades over 50 pip winners, but they did average 15.8. So it's still over 2 times bigger win than loss. And then Sunday, Monday, a very, very good day. Most Sunday, Mondays are under 300 pips, usually somewhere around 180 to 250. So this was a huge Sunday, Monday. A lot of volatility, a very high winning percentage. You can see the average loss 7.3 pips and 27.4 pip average win. So I'm just going to showcase, the type of trades that show up. You can see this one pretty much was a break even. The previous trade was about 25 pips, 20 pips, 5 pips. We'll scroll back and look at the previous day. This one here about 10 or 12 pips. This was huge, probably 80 pips. Small loss. Dollar yen, huge, 75 pip win. 30 or 40 pip win. Previous day there's not a single trade. Here's the pound, pretty much break even. The previous trade was 40-45 pips. This trade was about 20 pips. No more trades earlier in the day, but the previous day you can see 10 or 12 pips. Previous trade 60 or 70. 40 or 50 pip trade. About 30 pip trade. This was in a downtrend until it reversed. This was good for about 20. Here's the euro yen, which I think had a few big trades on Thursday. Here's about 20-25 pips. Here is about a 4 pip loss. Previous day, just astronomical big trend, over 100 pips, and nothing else for the previous day. And I'll just show a few more. Here's the Swiss yen, small win at the end, about a 15 to 25 pip win, 20 to 25 pip win. Previous day, 5 or 6 pip loss, almost a 100 pip win, And you can see when it's chopping around, there's very few trades. I do not like to guess or gamble during choppy sideways trends. You can clearly see this is a big move down. The low broke the previous low. We saw the 50% or 62% Fibonacci area, probably 62%, and that was good for about 40-45 pips. Trend was up. We buy. Almost got stopped out. That was good for about 20 pips. And you can see about 10 pips here. Previous day, 5 or 6 pip win. Nothing else that day. Here's the Australian dollar, which had some decent trades. Here's a double top, good for about 40 pips, 20 pips or so. Previous day we have a loss and a loss, 10 pip win, probably a 5 pip loss there, very small. So you can see that day it probably lost a little bit of money in the Australian dollar. But again, the focus is on categorizing all kinds of different types of trades. There's over 25 different categories of trades. The majority of them are trend following, but there's also quite a few counter trend trades, especially Fibonacci profit target levels. And there's very likely to be a new release, new update today. So when you bring up the software later, it'll ask you to auto update. Just click yes, and you'll have the brand new version.